Anyway, so Ted Cruz weighing the pros and the cons, putting it on a balancing scale and going through it. He also said this. He says, "Why does Tucker Carlson refuse to acknowledge the indisputable truth?" says Ted. "Facts don't care about your feelings, Tucker," which I think is a Ben Shapiro line. Says, "and they certainly won't bend to your narrative. Watch the full interview tomorrow where I call him out." Here is this clip that Ted shared.
Okay. No, Iran did not try to assassinate the president during the last election. And by the way, if Iran did try to assassinate Trump, and we know that, then why are we not at war with Iran?
Which is a good question. What is the line, right? This is what we were talking about. What is the line? If the Iranians are sending bombs to Israel and American citizens are being killed in Israel, does that justify America entering a war? Because some people are already making that argument that it's already happened, and that does justify America going in, or that Iran is responsible via proxies. I think Netanyahu is saying this, of American deaths. And if you follow the bouncing ball, you can connect it back to them. So what are the actual consequences of America that are redressable by our government? And one of the redressability mechanisms is war, right? So when do we cross that threshold and get there? Now, I don't think that they care too much about anyone trying to assassinate Trump. I think probably a lot of them would have been happy with that. So I think that's probably why we are not at war with Iran. Even if Iran did try to take out Trump, they're like, that would be a nice thing for them to do, because then we could go and declare war on them or something like that, if they actually succeeded. But if they haven't succeeded, then they've got alternative plans ahead. They are not interested in investigating really any assassinations related to Trump. Ryan Roos, the only dude who's on trial for that, but we're not getting much depth into where he came from or what his background was. So interesting there from Ted. He responded. And I think we saw Mark Levin and others. In fact, Ted Cruz was just posting a bunch of stuff yesterday. And there was this meme going around, which is pretty funny. In response, says, "Tucker, hey, what's the Ayatollah's favorite color?" Ted Cruz, "I don't know." "But how can you support an attack on Iran?" "Because they're building nuclear weapons and want to destroy America and Israel." He says, "That's ridiculous. His favorite color is blue." It's like, all right, that's a funny meme. I don't think it's exactly what went down. It's a gotcha for sure, right? Is what Tucker was asking him. What is this? What is this? What is this? But they're pretty basic facts. And 90 million people is a lot of people. It's like a couple Californias. So what do you do with that if you have a regime change? What happens to that? Is there a humanitarian crisis? Is there a flood into Europe? I think it's reasonable to ask about those issues and to explore the options rather than just making it all about the impending obliteration of America, which they have been claiming my entire life. And maybe, again, right, maybe it's like, Rob, it takes 30 years to build a nuke, and that's why you've been hearing about it for 30 years, as far as I can remember. I probably started when I was 10 anyways. So Ted Cruz posted a bunch of stuff. He's now back on his podcast, and so he dropped this 20 minutes ago. Says, Israel is winning massive victories in Iran, but Iran is striking back, trying to kill civilians. We break it down on Verdict with Ted Cruz. Subscribe to his podcast today. Here's what he shared.
Chief of staff after another of Iran's military taken out by Israel. We have seen nuclear facilities across Iran taken out by Israel. The attacks have been incredibly effective. Iran is striking back. They are firing ballistic missiles into Israel, trying to kill civilians. Israel is attacking military targets. Iran is attacking civilians.
All right, so that's Ted. Now, there were a bunch of other clips, memes spreading around of this, which is pretty funny. What place did Iran come in the 1976 Olympic Games? Ted Cruz. What? It's funny. I think it's a good response, actually, from Ted to come up with this. It's, I don't know. Like, these are very specific, granular details. You take the error and you agree and you amplify it. It's a good persuasion technique. I didn't know that. Of course, I don't know anything about what he likes to put in his coffee, right? Or how he likes to prepare for sleepy time or whatever. So it's an interesting response to it.